You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your IT Fundamentals certification journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. In this episode, we focus on how to install software securely and responsibly while understanding the licensing models that govern legal usage. Whether working in a home, academic, or business setting, safe installation practices and proper license awareness are essential parts of IT literacy. You'll learn to recognize trustworthy sources, understand license types like proprietary or open source, and avoid common mistakes that can lead to malware infections or legal issues. This content is directly aligned with Domain 6 of the Information Technology Fundamentals Plus exam. The ITF Plus exam will not ask you to perform a software installation or manage licenses within an operating system. Instead, it may present a scenario describing how a user installs or accesses a program, and your task will be to identify whether the behavior is secure and compliant. You may also be asked to match a type of license to a usage case or recognize terminology related to activation or software ownership. The focus is strictly on understanding safe behavior and identifying potential risks. The first step in safe software installation is choosing a trusted source. Always download software directly from the vendor's official website or from an authorized app store. This helps ensure the installer has not been tampered with or bundled with hidden malware. Avoid downloading software from unknown third-party websites, file-sharing platforms, or suspicious pop-ups. These sources are often used by attackers to spread spyware, ransomware, and other harmful software. Installing untrusted software poses serious risks. Malicious installers may include Trojans or spyware that operate in the background, capturing personal information or compromising system settings. These threats often bypass antivirus protections by disguising themselves as legitimate programs. In some cases, they may silently create backdoors that allow attackers to control the device remotely. For this reason, verifying the source of every installer is a critical step in protecting system integrity. There are also warning signs to watch for during installation. If an installer requests unexpected permissions, such as administrative access or access to sensitive files, you should proceed with caution. Similarly, offers to install unrelated third-party software or toolbars may indicate a bundled or manipulated installer. If anti-malware software flags a file as suspicious, that is a strong indication to stop the installation. Recognizing these signs helps prevent unwanted or dangerous software from being installed. Once installed, software use is governed by licensing. A software license is a legal agreement that defines how a program may be used, distributed, or installed. It outlines who may use the software, how many copies may be installed, and whether modifications are allowed. Licenses may apply to individual users, businesses, or educational institutions, and violating the terms of a license can result in legal or financial consequences. There are several common license types that may appear on the exam. A proprietary license means the software is closed source and typically requires payment. The user does not have access to the source code and may not modify or redistribute the program. Open source software, by contrast, makes the source code available for inspection, modification, and redistribution, though it may still include usage restrictions. Subscription licenses require regular payments to maintain access to the software and its updates. The difference between a one-time purchase and a subscription model is also worth noting. With a one-time purchase, you pay once and receive a license to use the software indefinitely, though you may not get future updates. Subscription licenses require monthly or annual payments and often include new features, cloud access, and support. The ITF Plus exam may present a scenario and ask which model is being used, such as identifying a monthly paid cloud service as a subscription. In larger organizations, site licenses and volume licenses are commonly used. A site license allows all users within a physical or organizational location to use the software. A volume license allows a specific number of installations under one shared license key. These models are cost-effective for schools, companies, or labs with many devices. The licenses are typically managed by IT staff and tracked using enterprise tools. On the exam, you may see a scenario where a business installs the same software across hundreds of devices using a shared key. This would indicate a volume or site license. Product keys and activation codes are used to enforce licensing. During or after installation, some programs require the user to enter a code to prove the software was legally acquired. These codes are unique and help prevent unauthorized copying or redistribution. Activation often connects to the vendor's servers to verify the code's legitimacy. Without a valid product key, the software may operate in a limited trial mode or stop functioning entirely. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Software piracy and unauthorized use are important issues in both legal and security contexts. Installing cracked or copied software without proper licensing violates copyright laws and can result in fines, loss of functionality, or malware infections. Illegally modified software may appear functional, but often contains embedded threats or hidden backdoors. The ITF Plus exam may describe a scenario involving a user downloading free commercial software from an unverified source and ask you to identify this as a license violation or unsafe behavior. Some software is legitimately available at no cost, but the type of access and usage can vary. Freeware refers to software that is completely free to use and fully functional, such as a free antivirus program or media player. Shareware, by contrast, is typically offered as a free trial and may include time limits or restricted features. Trialware is a category of software that provides temporary access to full features before requiring purchase. Understanding these differences will help you recognize the licensing model described in a given scenario. Open source software is sometimes confused with freeware, but the two are not the same. Open source software provides access to the underlying source code, allowing developers to view, modify, and redistribute the software, often under specific licensing conditions. Free software, on the other hand, may not necessarily provide source code access or modification rights. On the exam, you may be asked to distinguish between the two based on their definitions or usage rights. After installation, most software requires updates, often in the form of patches. These updates fix bugs, close security vulnerabilities, or add new features. Keeping software updated is a key part of maintaining a secure system. Updates should only come from official sources, such as the vendor's website or built-in update tools. Downloading updates from third-party websites introduces the same risks as unsafe initial installations and should always be avoided. Licensing concepts will appear in exam questions in several ways. You may be asked to match a software description to its license type or identify whether a particular installation is legal. For example, if a scenario describes a program that runs for 30 days and then disables editing, that would indicate trialware. If a company uses a single key on 100 computers, the question may be testing your understanding of volume licensing. If a user downloads a paid program from an unauthorized site, it likely represents piracy or license misuse. There are also several important terms you should memorize. These include license, freeware, trialware, proprietary, activation, product key, and subscription. You should understand what each one means, how it applies to real-world software use, and how it might appear in an exam question. Familiarity with these terms will help you respond quickly and accurately to multiple choice and scenario-based items on the test. The ITF Plus exam does not cover technical procedures related to licensing systems. You will not be required to enter product keys, navigate installation menus, or understand directory structures. There are no questions about license management tools or audit processes. The focus remains on user-level awareness, knowing how to choose safe software, recognize legal limitations, and avoid risky behaviors. This ensures the content is accessible even to learners with minimal technical experience. Sample exam questions may look like this. Software is free to use but does not allow modifications. What type is it? The answer would be freeware. Another question might describe an installer that offers additional third-party software, asking if this is a warning sign. Yes, it is. Or the exam may describe a user installing software from an unverified file-sharing site and ask whether this is safe. It is not. These questions test recognition of behaviors and license types, not configuration knowledge. This topic also supports IT literacy and responsible digital behavior more broadly. By learning how software licensing works, users can avoid legal risks and better understand their responsibilities when installing and using applications. This knowledge helps reduce software-related security threats and ensures that systems remain stable and trustworthy. Responsible software use benefits individuals, teams, and entire organizations by promoting ethical and secure computing. Software installation and licensing also tie into other security topics discussed in earlier episodes. Safe installation complements anti-malware practices, since malware often enters through unverified software. Patch management is directly related to post-installation software maintenance. Access control is supported by legitimate licensing, as properly licensed software typically integrates with system and user permission structures. All of these practices contribute to a secure and compliant IT environment. To summarize, safe software installation involves downloading from trusted sources, reviewing permission requests, and avoiding suspicious files. Licensing models define how software can be used legally and include types such as proprietary, open source, freeware, and subscription. Understanding license terms helps avoid violations, prevent malware infections, and promote secure computing. The ITF Plus exam will test your ability to recognize these concepts and apply them to realistic scenarios. Mastering this topic strengthens your overall readiness for supporting secure and compliant software usage. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.